Hey, it's Jeff, product designer here at Memrise. I'm here today to speak to you about the latest update we're going to be bringing to the Memrise app and why we have created and designed this updated experience for you. So really, I wanted to start with the new approach of the Memrise app. We know that users really enjoy the different areas and features that we have in the app, so namely the learning part and the immerse and the communicate part as well. So learning, we use the spaced repetition to remember words and phrases that you really care about. The immerse part, then our users watch the videos to see how native speakers really use those words in real video content. And lastly, we have the communicate area where our users can practice privately with AI without judgment to build the real speaking confidence. And really the goal here is to how to continue user in this loop of learn, immerse and communicate, how they continue to loop through these exercises to build real confidence in speaking in the real world. Secondly, we also want to improve in our personalization effort. So we are introducing features like My Word List and My Words, which allows us to tailor content that really aligns to our users' goals. So we spoke with loads and loads of different users of our app to see what are the common learning goals that they will have, and later on in the demo I'll be able to walk you through exactly what these updates are. Because we have our atomized dictionary that contains all of these different words in different languages, we're able to bring you flexible focused learning. And additionally, we have all of the different AI features like conversations, like different practice mode that will really drive the personalization up to the next level. And lastly, I want to mention the thing that brings all of this learning together, our kind of motivation philosophy. We really believe in the phrase kind of all carrot, no stick. We know that there are, guilt, certain part of guilt that other apps bring, and we don't really want to go for that. We want to be celebrating our users in everything they do. We want to celebrate every effort that they have made. We want to encourage how to build the resilience over perfection. And really, we know streaks are important to our users, but we don't want to create empty streaks. We want our users to feel the real progress that is truly meaningful to them. And how do we track all of this is underlyingly track really what matters, words that you recognize, understanding context and use within our app. So with that in mind, let's jump into this demo where I can show you some of the new features that we have designed for you. Great, so let's jump into the very first thing I want to highlight you to. If you see on the home screen, we have introduced a big module at the top called My Lessons. To see this in more action, we can navigate to the new Lessons tab, which you can see. Here we have lined up various different types of learning lessons, and echoing back to the first thing that I spoke about this new update is really how do we bring the learning loop of learn, immerse and communicate into our user's hand and make that feel ease and right and kind of correct in the timing in terms of their level. So what we have here is My Lessons involves really a various mix of different types of activities. So we have pronunciation, we have learning new words with locals, we have review the words. All of this form into the kind of new the learn part of the loop, which you gather more and more new words, how to say them properly. We also have immerse, which here, as you can see, under the lessons, listen and context. Here, whenever you have reached a specific amount of words that you've learned, we can then recommend various videos for you to watch so you can practice listening to the words spoken by the native speakers. And then lastly, for the communicate part, we have the conversations practice, which allows you to practice with our AI member in a guilt judgment-free environment. We also have sentence builder, and all of these different various lessons types really helps you to get to your end goal, which is how can I speak the language with more confidence in the real world environment. Let's jump into the word list. So word list is another new feature that we built that works really closely with My Lessons. So we know that within personalization, we know our users are learning the language to achieve specific learning goals unique to them. So we have previously organized our content in a different way. Now we've organized our content into this new way, which is called word lists. So as you can see, there's a few different in the demo that I'm showing here today, with traveling, living abroad, relationship, work and education, etc. So what we have here are different kind of bigger groups of words that allows the user to really learn and achieve their goal. We also have the various pro word lists, like food and cooking, sports and fitness, to let you dive deeper into specific subject matters. We have everyday expressions, general vocab, travel essentials. We have all of these kind of range of different word lists that really aligns and speak to our users' goals. So if, for example, you're learning Spanish to go traveling, if you're learning Portuguese to have improved your relationship with a partner or a family member, now there is a word list for you to do that. We can click into travel and living abroad, and as you can see here within the word list, all of the words are what we think would be applicable or really be useful to you in achieving your language learning goal. And you really can just subscribe to this word list and activate it and learn through that entire journey. And this gives us the ability to have that flexible, focused learning that we want to bring to our users. Great, so next let's navigate back to our home tab, and then we can see and explore a few more different features that aligns to the whole learning loop, personalization and motivation philosophy here. So below the lessons module, we can see a new module called My Words. For our existing users of Memrise, those who will be really familiar with this, but for the new users, My Words is an area where every single word that you've learned within the app is now stored and available to you under the My Words area. We have the total count, which is 313 in this case, of how many total words that you have learned, and you can quickly browse through and see which ones you've learned, which ones you've marked as known, and how well you're doing through them. We have the pronunciation function right within My Words.
El 17 de septiembre.
So you can hear a quick playback of how that phrase or word is sounded straight away. We have the ability to sort by, so you can sort the words by whether it's the latest one you learn or whether it's the one arranged by the source language or target language that you're learning as well. Again, we have the ability to review, to launch review directly from My Words. So whenever you want to have a quick recap or quick refresh lesson, we can launch review, speed review, and then if you have any difficult words, we can have that available to launch right there as well. And lastly, within My Words, you're allowed to tap into one of the words and phrases and get more information. So you can get things like the literal translation, you get the various videos and audio clips of how that word is spoken. So really your kind of all the words that you've learned throughout your Memrise journey is right here on your fingertips. Next, let's cover a little bit about My Activities. So let's tap into the My Activities area of the app. And again, I want to speak a little bit about the motivation philosophy that we covered a little bit earlier on. We want to celebrate every effort that you, our Memrise user, make. So what we have done here is within the My Activities area, we allow you to view the data, view your learning data in the last 7-day format as well as the last 30-day format. You can see, for example, the amount of words that you've learned, reviewed in that time, how many words you've heard in your video watching effort to try and improve your understanding, as well as the conversations that you've completed. All of this data is available to you in the last 7 days, so you can see how well you're doing in the last week, or the last 30 days, how well you're doing in this month. And again, all of this kind of my activities is trying to bring you a bit of encouragement, and also in helping you to build resilience in terms of coming back to the app every day to improve all of that learning. Can you do one better than you did in the last 7 days? Can you do a bit better to get your monthly statistic up a little bit more? So lastly, I want to draw your attention to My Journey, which we have also updated that part of the app. So within My Journey, we've simplified the entire progress system to really be more about fluency based. So as you can see, as you progress through the app, you're progressing through the different stages that are real and tangible, like absolute beginner, elementary. So gone are level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which again we know it gives some motivation to our users, but then it also doesn't reflect what is the true difference between level 3 and level 4, what kind of how do you adapt that progress system to be recognizable in the real world. So we strip that all back and simplify it, so our users really now just advance through the different fluency stages, and that kind of progress is tracked against what matters, which is the words that you recognize, you learned, as well as how you understood them in context and used in conversations. And as you do more and more of that learn, immerse, communicate loop, your fluency level will just progress throughout, and you can see that in reflection through the My Journey part of the screen. So yeah, that's kind of all of the key updates that I want to run through with you, echoing back to the three kind of key pillars in terms of this whole new update and the design thinking behind it, which is the learning loop. How do we get our users to go through the learning loop at the right place at the right time according to the right level to go through the learn, immerse, communicate. We are introducing more and more personalization with my word list and my words, which allows you to tailor content to according to your learning goal. And lastly, with the right motivation philosophy, we want to celebrate you as you progress through the app and really celebrate real meaningful progress rather than arbitrary points and levels as you progress through. So I really hope you will enjoy using this new version of Memrise. We're really excited. It's something that we've been working on for a long time, and we hope we bring you to the real language learning progress into the real world. Thank you.